Hello everyone. Welcome back to Turkish Spotlight Secrets, the channel where we slow things down, gather the real details, and tell one complete story from first hello to last goodbye. If you like thoughtful, respectful deep dives you can use for text-to-speech, please hit like, subscribe, and tap join to keep these long-form breakdowns coming. Now let's get into today's episode. Tonight's story is about a gathering that was never pitched as a spectacle, yet somehow became the centerpiece of everyone's week. Akın invited Ebru to an intimate dinner with his family, parents, an aunt who never misses a chance to tell childhood tales, cousins who treat hospitality as an Olympic sport, and a grandfather who has an opinion about everything, especially tea. It wasn't an engagement, it wasn't a press event, and it wasn't a secret shoot. It was a family evening designed to strengthen ties, to say, "You're important to us," not just to him. And what happened inside that living room explains why people keep rooting for Akın and Ebru, on screen, off screen, and everywhere in between. The invitation itself set the tone. No embossed cards, no coded posts. Just a quiet message from Akın, "We're doing a family night. No surprises, just us. Come if you feel like being comfortable." Ebru said yes with a smile emoji in the text but showed up with something far better in hand, a tin of homemade cookies she'd learned to bake during a month-long theater residency, plus a small plant in a clay pot for the windowsill. That choice, living gift over luxury bouquet, told the family everything they needed to know before the door even opened. From the entrance hallway, the house felt like a museum of memories. Framed school photos, a row of trophies from a cousin's debate team, and on the console table, a chipped ceramic bowl that belonged to Akın's grandmother, now permanently assigned to olive pits and warm nuts. The scent was unmistakable. Butter, thyme, and a hint of citrus zest. Ebru laughed softly when she caught the smell because she recognized it immediately, Akın's mother's signature roast chicken. "You didn't have to," she said. "Nonsense," came the reply. "If you're here, we want to." First conversations are where most evenings win or lose their rhythm. Not here. Akın never tried to stage manage the room, he simply eased transitions. He introduced Ebru to everyone, not with their job titles, but with one kind, specific memory. "This is my aunt, the reason I can iron a shirt in 5 minutes. This is my cousin, the first person who told me to choose a project for my soul, not for the paycheck." He did the same for Ebru, but carefully. "This is Ebru, she once stayed after wrap to help a costume assistant finish stitching because the deadline was impossible." You could feel the shift. She wasn't the guest actress. She was someone who helps. People open up to helpers. The dining table was long, simple, and crowded with dishes that told a history lesson more than a recipe list: lentil coughed, stuffed vine leaves, a tangy shepherd's salad, bread still steaming from the oven. Ebru didn't perform politeness, she ate. She took seconds of the stew she liked most and asked, genuinely curious, how the spice blend came together. That's when the mother-daughter cooking debate erupted in a friendly way across the table, and Ebru just beamed, because she was watching a family show her its language of love without dressing it up for a stranger. Stories started to flow, and the first was about mistakes. Akın's father told the room about the time a teenage Akın tried to carry a ladder alone, dented the car, and confessed before anyone noticed. "He is brave in the obvious ways," the father said, "but this is the braver part, he admits and fixes." Ebru listened the way good actors listen on set, not nodding mechanically, but tracking every beat. When it was her turn, she did not return the compliment with a sterile anecdote, she offered a small truth: "On our toughest day last season, I was out of patience. He didn't tell me to calm down. He said, 'Let's make the shot list smaller.' That was the kindest thing anyone could do." You could feel approval sweep the table like a breeze through curtains. People respect defenders. They adore problem solvers. After dinner the living room expanded to fit new seating, floor cushions appeared, a knitted throw landed on an armrest, slippers were offered like invitations to stay longer than planned. An aunt insisted on showing a photo album. Not the social media-ready highlights, but the weird middle years, awkward haircuts, a birthday cake that leaned like a tower. And then came the required family test, a board game built on quick wit and team trust. Ebru waited for the rules, learned them in one round, and pulled off a quiet victory by catching a gesture from the grandfather nobody else saw. She didn't celebrate. She offered a high five to the cousin who set up the trick, and they toppled onto the cushions in laughter that sounded like relief more than triumph. At some point in the evening, conversation separated into gentle clusters, the way good gatherings do. In the kitchen, Ebru washed dishes shoulder to shoulder with Akın's mother despite protests. "You'll ruin your manicure," someone said. She smiled down at her plain nails. "Nothing to ruin," she replied, and kept drying. In the balcony corner, Akın's father and Ebru traded book titles. He recommended a local historian's slim volume, she countered with a playwright's essay series about attention and ethics. Inside, two cousins asked questions about set life, and Ebru did something rare in a celebrity living room. She explained the unglamorous parts honestly: 12-hour waits for 3 minutes of usable footage, the ache of repeating a line until the expiration date of its sincerity, how a quiet, respectful set saves an actor's sanity better than any trailer upgrade. There was a moment of almost silence near the end. Music low, windows open to night air, the city humming like a faraway audience. Akın passed Ebru a teacup. "Too strong?" he asked. "Perfect," she said. No grand declarations, nothing choreographed for effect. Just two people who know how to find the same pace in a room full of voices. If you've ever watched them hit a scene without elbowing each other for the camera, you already know this rhythm. She leaves a beat open, he fills it with meaning, the line lands where it needs to land. Before goodbyes, the family invoked their own small ritual. Each person offered a sentence to the guest, something like a blessing. The aunt said, "Your laughter is the right size for this room, don't shrink it for anyone." The grandfather, in gruff poetry, offered, "May your work travel far and your feet always find their own floor." Akın's mother kept it simple, "Come back without knocking." Ebru bowed her head a little, the way you do when a gift is too big for thank you, and promised to return with the same tin, refilled. What about social media? Nothing loud. The next morning, 2 posts appeared hours apart, as if by coincidence. On Ebru's account, a photo of a windowsill plant in that clay pot, captioned, "Homes are verbs." On Akın's, a photo from the board game, "Just hands and tiles," captioned, "Teams are built, not cast." Neither tagged, neither named. Fans who knew, knew. Everyone else just saw 2 artists talking about values without a press release. Let's talk about what the night wasn't. It wasn't the stealth launch of a romance. It wasn't a brand activation. It wasn't a transaction where presence buys headlines. It was, by every test that matters, a family welcoming a friend because she has proven, over time, to be the kind of person you trust around your table. And if you don't think that affects the work, watch the next run of scenes they share. Collaboration looks different when there's a foundation under it. Pauses grow braver. Eye lines settle longer. Characters earn softness without losing strength, because the actors know someone in the scene has their back. The lesson is not novel, but it's rare enough to feel refreshing. Closeness doesn't have to be loud to be real. You can build something sturdy with consistent kindness, shared meals, and small games played without stakes. You can let a family see you as a person first and a profession second. And you can leave a house at midnight with flour on your sleeve from drying dishes and feel more famous for the right reasons. Before we close, a quick word to fans. Celebrate the good feelings, make your edits, enjoy the warmth, but try to keep the comments generous. Don't tag private relatives. Don't turn real people into plot twists they didn't sign up for. Part of what made this evening special is precisely what we don't get to archive: the sound of a room exhaling, the private jokes that stay private, the way a grandfather's advice changes shape when you hear it in person. So, what do you think? Did this quiet, thoughtful family night tell you more about Akın Akınoğlu and Ebru Şahin than any flashy headline could? Do evenings like this deepen the art you see on screen? And should more public figures choose this kind of intimacy, unscripted, unfilmed, unbranded, when they want to strengthen ties? If this long-form breakdown gave you a fuller picture without crossing lines, please like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss the next story here on Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Thank you for watching. Take care, be kind in the comments, and goodbye.